The mission of the Bartlesville Police Department is to enhance the quality of life in our community by working cooperatively with the public and within the framework of the United States Constitution to enforce the laws, preserve the peace, reduce fear, and provide a safe environment for all of our citizens. Hello and welcome to Behind the Badge. I'm Police Chief Tracy Rolls, and with me today is Detective Denver Millard. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for being here and taking the time to meet with us today. So before we get started, how long have you been a police officer?
A little over 7 years.
7 years. And how long have you been assigned to the Criminal Investigation Division?
Just over a year.
So for the past year, you have been investigating crimes against children.
Yes.
So talk to us about that and what specialized training does a detective specifically have to effectively investigate crimes against our kiddos?
Well, to start out with, we have a pretty hard test just to make it into Detective Division as a promotion. From there, we have not only our minimum requirement of 26 hours a year, but here at BPD we like to go above and beyond. This year alone, I have about 200 hours in, specifically into child crimes. We have different conferences and whatnot, from the Crimes Against Children conference in Dallas, Texas, that an advocacy center here, Ray of Hope, sent us to. We have the ICAC task force, Internet Crimes Against Children. We have the Beyond Awareness summer that we went to, and things like that.
So a lot of training that's focused on how to properly investigate crimes against children.
Absolutely.
And investigating crimes against children versus other types of crimes, there is a difference.
There's very much of a difference. It is very specific to children, how from bruising to just the way they react and how they think psychologically.
Sure. And the interview process is different. It's different how we interview an adult, victim or suspect versus how we interview a child victim.
Absolutely. One of our biggest things that we're thankful to have here is the Ray of Hope Advocacy Center. We have a forensic interviewer there, Kara March. She's great. I use her for all of my interviews with children. Our forensic interviews is what we call them. It's done in a very nice setting where the children just feel like they're just talking to a lady about their day, and she has a very good way of bringing out information that we use for evidence.
Because we try not to re-victimize them through telling of their story.
That's the main goal.
So when a child is a victim of a crime, what resources are available to the kid and or their parents?
We have many different options through Grand Lake Mental Health, Ray of Hope Advocacy Center, the Delaware Tribe here in town. All these people offer different avenues and help. You just go there and ask, and they'll give you all the information you can handle when it comes to that.
So how could a person come into contact with Ray of Hope or some of those other advocacy centers so that they could get the assistance that they, the parent, or the guardian, or the kiddo themselves would need?
It's a phone call or a walk-in. They're very open and ready to help the public. Any information any officer will have, be able to get in contact with them, the phone numbers, etc.
And is this something that they charge for?
No, they do not charge.
So there's no charge to go in and get the assistance that somebody might need if a child's been a victim of a crime?
No, absolutely not. And they literally have all the answers to all your questions.
And that's very important for parents to know.
Absolutely.
Or guardians.
Or
Not
guardians.
necessarily parents. So social media is a big deal.
It is.
It's huge. It's everywhere. It's, when we were growing up, I'm older than you, but I'll lump you into this. When we were growing up, information wasn't so available to us. It wasn't so easily accessible to us. Now, it's right there. Some people, have their phone with them all the time, and information is right there available, and that includes our most vulnerable, our kids. So in your opinion, how has social media impacted those crimes that are perpetrated against kids?
It's impacted it greatly. We have so many crimes that involve, we call them internet crimes, that involve social media, some type of social media platform where they got in contact with our little ones. It's it's not like you said, back in the day, you had the kids you knew at school, the people you knew at school, and then the people you knew on your block. You know, your buddy at the end of the street. Now it is everywhere, and anybody has access to them at any time through whatever social media platform. They don't even have to be themselves. They can act like another kid, and it's something that us as parents would definitely need to monitor.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
It really is.
You know, kids. It seems to be that kids are younger and younger and younger who are getting out there on social media in an innocent way, but certainly not everyone who's searching social media or who's out there on social media are out there for innocent things.
Correct.
And so when you have a case that's perpetrated against a child through social media, through Facebook or through whatever other social media platforms that people get on, is there a specific way that you have to go about investigating that?
Yes, absolutely. We have a great digital evidence program here. We have some officers, Sergeant Elkins, who's great at that, extracting information from cell phones. A lot of times when we have a victim, they're more than welcome to get us their side of the phone, which will have that side of the evidence. We like to have the perpetrator side of the evidence as well. Now on social media platforms, it's a little more difficult, but it's definitely not impossible for us. We would do search warrants to those specific social media platforms, giving all information needed for that case. They give us everything we request.
Yeah. So how would a parent know if maybe their kiddo was being groomed on social media by a perpetrator, or even becoming a victim of a crime that's perpetrated on social media?
I mean, any parent should, obviously know their child and their child's behavior. When they start wanting more secluded time, a lot of times it's a grooming process for a perpetrator to want them to go to a place where they can talk to them alone, a bathroom, a locked door in their bedroom, something along those lines. I highly recommend monitoring your child's devices, tablets, phones, whatever the case may be. I personally have a child with a cell phone that I monitor. She has it throughout the day. She's only allowed to do so many things on it. It's very restricted, and at the end of the day, she charges her phone in my room. When I get on my phone, when it's charging and she's sleeping, I will go through that phone. All of her friends, I just go through them. If it's her friend that I know, it's good to go. If there's an unknown thing, I'm gonna look into it a little more. Then I'm gonna talk to my child about it.
Sure. So that leads me right into the last question that I'll have for you. What can we as parents do to protect our children from being a victim of a crime?
Like I was saying, monitor them on their cell phone devices, talk to them. We all were taught stranger danger. This falls right into internet stuff. It is still stranger danger. If they do not know the person on the other end, if they do not know their classmate from school, have them look into them. Express to them how they can come to you saying, hey, who is this person, mom or dad? And then you, along with your child, look into that person. The social media platforms out there are also great for information gathering. You can find everything you want to know about somebody in the blink of an eye.
Sure. And that goes to not just beyond social media, just in school or at the park or wherever. Talk to your kids.
Absolutely.
Communicate with your kids. Pay attention to them. Protect them.
Yes.
And do everything that we can to make sure that they are safe and are successful in whatever endeavors.
Yes.
Well, thank you again for what you do. I know your job is not easy. We certainly appreciate it when investigating crimes against our most vulnerable is difficult, and you do an outstanding job, and we're grateful for you and to have you.
Thank you.
So there you have it, Detective Millard, and how we deal with crimes against children. So we just ask you to monitor your kiddos, protect them, put yourselves in position of knowing what they're doing and who they're doing it with, whether it be physically or verbally or through social media. So until next time, please be sure to join us and reach out on our Facebook page, the Bartlesville Police Department Facebook page, on Instagram at BPD Badge, and on YouTube at Behind the Badge. So until next time, from Behind the Badge, take care and stay safe.